given the nod to lead the NPP. The party seems to see some cracks. And it's not just cracks stirring up from that time alone, right from the 2024 election till now. There seems to be some cracks in the NPP party. Do you also see those cracks? And what do you think that you can do to help patch up some of these cracks?
Well, I saw it some time past. Okay. But now I can tell you there's something that is bringing the NPP back to its normal structure. And what I want to congratulate NDC for is what they are currently doing.
Which is?
They are intimidating the NPP. And that is actually uniting the NPP. You know, possible? Party in opposition. There are two things that unite party in opposition. Okay. Hunger and intimidation. The grassroots currently are very hungry. Do you get it? They are hungry. They are hungry for power. They are hungry for everything. And you know what? Two enemies can gang together to fight an enemy. That means the NDC, they are intimidating us. And that anger will let us come together. And it is uniting us the most. And I think I must congratulate NDC for whatever they are doing. The intimidation they are meeting into our people and our folks is rather bringing the party back on stage.
If you say your people, are you making reference to the NPP grassroots base or Ghanaians as
both NDC grassroots base, Ghanaians in general, and the party structure at the hierarchy? They are uniting us. They have not left anybody. Even you can be arrested for even mentioning Wakiki's name, just for nothing. They arrested Shatta Wale. Is Shatta Wale a politician? They arrested even, they are bringing the base.
Shatta Wale, he wasn't arrested. It was the
Iroko
in partnership with FBI did that.
What was it?
There was a reason.
You said he wasn't arrested.
Investigation.
If they pick you up and go and put you in an enclosed place, hold you for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, what are you calling that one? They limit your movement, freedom of movement, freedom of speech, freedom of association. You call that not arrest?
So are you saying that if there is cause of public this unrest from your statements you make, they shouldn't make arrest?
Public unrest, you arrest somebody to prosecute the person and find fault into the person. All those that they have arrested, have you seen anybody in prison? Have you seen them actually hitting up what the person has done? Just tell me one case that upon all the intimidation, arresting anybody, saying somebody will even write Doomsor back and they have to go and arrest the person, and finally they will just punish you, give you an exuberance bail conditions. Then if you are not able to, they detain you for some number of days and finally release you and you go scot-free without they actually calling you to, tell you what you have done. Do you call this the usual, or maybe you've done something and they need to call you into custody? I am telling you, by the close of day, when a day break, all what we do is to pray that you don't find yourself locked up somewhere until the next day. So as we are speaking, we don't know the next minute what they will do to you. Probably they will come for you and the radio program will not even end because you mentioned MPP's name.
Wagiki, you make it look like they're just going about arresting people.
That is the reality, unless you don't want to point it out because you are a neutral and you wouldn't want to admit with me unless it happens to you. You get it? When it happens to you, you admit with what I'm saying. We are not through yet. We can be arrested any moment for discussing about MPP. And that is the reality. It hasn't gotten to you. Martin Kwebu had his turn when he was making noise, blah, 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 blah. At the end, when they picked him up, have you heard the noise again? So you are not, free yet. Let's see how it goes.
It's just 1.5 year in opposition.
1.5 useless years. When you say 1.5 year, you are not being sincere to Ghanaian people. 1.5 useless years. What have they done? Today, they were trumpeting, singing about fuel. Today, what we left? Today, you know how much you buy petrol?
How much do you buy petrol?
Do you know what we left? We left petrol about 14 point something, 3. And today, you want to buy petrol?
It's also 14.
No. Please,
It's
check.
also 14.
I just bought fuel. I just fueled my car before coming here. 15.4.
I
So
may have to
where-
confirm that.
You have to confirm that. That is, I've just alleged. You can call in, phone in any reduced any fuel station, ask of a liter of fuel. Today, diesel, how much is it? What actually have they done for the 1.5, almost 2 year useless years? What have they done? And you know the hallmark of the man in power now, Alhaji Dumso. You are aware of that?
I'm not aware.
Oh, you
I
are
just
not
tell
aware.
you.
You agree, not you. I'm telling you that is why, you know, this name I've mentioned. Let's pray that we finish the program very well without any arrest.
Anyway,
The Dumso man is
Wakiki, you have your eye on the Upper East regional youth organizer position. It's a very huge position, right?
Yes.
So what are the plans for it?
Well, I have a lot of plans for the Upper East MPP.
Right.
I'm bringing a new dimension of energy, vibrancy, and radical leadership in place. There have been several things I've observed from back, and I think there is a new direction. I congratulate my recent youth organizer. I'll add up, I've learned a lot from Latif Solomon, where I was the youth working committee in new media. This current youth organizer, I am the constituency youth organizer. I'm part of the regional caucus of the youth organizers. I've learned a lot, and I'm bringing a new dimension, what I think can favorite moving forward. And the reality I have picked from the ground is we are not using some of the structures as much as we can use them. One among them is the TESCOM chapter. The TESCOM chapter is not only the intellectual wings of the party, it is election winning machinery, which we need to look into it critically. We need to restructure, re-energize the TESCOM, then make sure they win power with institute ambassadors across the faculties and that of hostels to win power. One TESCOM member, 5 recruit students for us to mantle power from the NDC. That notwithstanding, I have a structure in place to build a vigilante group across the whole the 15 constituencies. What I
They
noticed,
say vigilante. Are we not bad? Are they not
we
banning
are bringing
vigilante?
under my leadership. I will bring vigilante.
No,
This is the reason. I want to clarify.
Or maybe the name.
I want to clarify that position,
Right.
because we were intimidated 2024.
Okay.
We were intimidated so seriously 2024, and that
How
will
can a
not.
party in power be intimidated?
We were intimidated. Every well-meaning Ghanaian who is listening to me in Upper East today can testify what I'm saying. We're intimidated so severely, especially the eastern zone of the Upper East. We're intimidated so severely that people have to flee out from their abode. People have to record vote 004, a political party. This will not happen under my watch. It won't, because I have seen it. I have been in it. I've witnessed it. You can ask what happened, and in fact, we'll narrate it as it is. It won't happen under our watch. The current youth wing will mobilize, will prepare, and wait for such happenings, and we will make sure it will never happen again for MPP. We must get a free and fair electoral system to salvage our victory across the various 15 constituencies. So any constituency youth organizer available or probably listening to me today, make sure Wakiki as a regional youth organizer, you are going to work 24/7 to institute certain things and make things
You are
right.
going to introduce a 24-hour economy for your
Oh,
executives.
no. That is a failed promise, which we don't want to even mention it again. I said 24/7. I didn't say 24 hours. You get that?
24/7. That's 24 days, 24 hours, 7 days.
I don't. They have been a group of incompetent individuals that have kept a promise, a slogan. People, they printed T-shirts for people to be running here and there. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Today, we're talking about a market. How many people can go to that market? Whether it will be 24 hours. So I am talking about 24/7 youth working committee that will work till we see the victory of Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the digital man.
Talking about Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, how confident are you that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to lead this country after the 2028
The
general
reality
election?
is that who else is he contesting with? Do we have somebody
The NDC are yet to
credible?
pick
Do we
someone.
have somebody credible?
The other
among the
political
NDC?
parties are yet to outdoor their presidential candidates.
There's something you haven't realized, or maybe you haven't tuned your mind to it.
Right.
NDC has never had an internal contest before. When you come to J.J. Rawlings, he ruled almost 21 years. Nobody was challenging him in an internal contest. Came to Atta Mills, Professor Atta Mills, went as solo as it is. Then, take and finish. President came and picked it. Went, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Passed on. Mahama picked it from him. He is the only president who is going for 9.5 years. Virtually still nothing. What we can remember of him is Dumso.
You know, Wakiki, I really...
And now...
there's nothing you say means that...
Absolutely nothing.
No, I think...
I have given you that mandate.
If you say that...
No,
if
I
you
have
say
given
that
you
what
that
he's
mandate.
done... What he's done...
Oh, he has done something. What he has done is the Dumso he brought
So it's something.
back. It's something
That
he
don't
has
say
done.
he's done nothing.
Congratulating to him for giving us Dumso. The reality on the ground is that today they are going on their internal contest. And in Ghana, a new face has never won in elections.
There could be a difference.
There's no difference.
There's always a first time.
Our history is maintained. Our strategy is clear. And our vision is clear. So the reality is that NDC has never won an internal elections. You can see the give and take. You can remember the other guy. You remember?
No.
Recently, just within 2 weeks ago, you heard about the other guy.
I'm agreeing to this.
Well, you heard about the restructuring of the NDC. That is why NDC won power. You heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Asiedun Katia, the national chairman, said he sacked
On a thank you, Thor.
he sacked Harun Idrisu and the Mubarak. That's why they won power. And describe the MP, who is an interior minister, the other guy, as if he don't know his name.
So how will this win you an election?
This is what we are talking about wrangling. In as much as you think MPP have a problem, NDC have 10 times of it.
But at least maybe they know how to manage their issue better than the NPP. Isn't
Why
that the case?
you think they know more than us? I want to give you an example. You saw what happened in 2016. Our party, there were issues, problems, more than today as I speak.
Oh, really?
Yes, where we have to suspend our national chairman and suspend the secretary and suspend the first vice chairman, and still what happened? We won a huge elections in 2016. Did you see that happening now? And now the NDC is even helping bringing us on board, intimidating, and then, the hunger issue of opposition, the grassroots. Today, make a mistake. When you see a farmer, just tell the farmer Eyezu and see whether you can come with your head back home.
Why is that the case?
You go and buy fertilizer, 550 cedis, and go and sell your maize 350. And even the 350, they are not buying. And they are touting the inflation is down. This thing is down. Well, this dollar is this. When farmers are suffering, this government are there to support the rich, but not the poor. And how many people in Upper East are rich? How many of us are rich? Today, go to Fumbisi Market. You will know that, look, they are in danger. Most of them. Yesterday, I was in the market to check something. And when I approached some few farmers, they claim this time they won't farm again. So be prepared next year that there will be hunger. Because the farmer cannot farm because the goods are still packed there without even getting customers to buy the goods.
But they are customers. Maybe they are not selling at the price that is available.
Which price is available? The price, go to the market, the goods, they are packed there, and nobody is asking for it. Our time, we use buffer stock to clear all those goods from the market, to give them price. You used to buy maize. We only instituted policies and programs to make the poor richer. We made sure maize, beans, granules, corns were they bought them in a very good price to help the poor farmer. Today, can we talk about that? I'm speaking reality. You can be an NDC member listening to me out there, but that is the reality on the ground. There's no money in the system. There's no money in the system. Today, if you give your girlfriend 20 cedis, in fact, he will be clapping for you till the next morning. That is the reality on the ground.
Wakiki.
Bro.
How is that possible?
I'm telling you, that's a reality on the ground. People,
Wakiki.
Look, I am communicating to the people listening to us, not you. They know the reality that I am talking about.
Interesting.
I am a youth, and I know what is trending.
Right.
I know what is on the ground. I'm coming to lead the youth of the region.
Why you said the 20, say young lady in the studio scream, hey, today you want to give your girlfriend 20 Ghana.
Oh yes, there's no money. If I don't have, how do I offer? I don't have. Must I go and steal for you? I don't have. And even that lady herself might not equally have. So giving 20 cedis is something you need to bank with.
But you know, with the percentage win, but with which the NDC won the election with,
Yes.
and by the percentage that the NPP lost
Yes.
the election with.
Yes.
It paints a clear picture of how Ghanaians were dissatisfied with how the NPP led the country.
Yes. Do you know-
And it's strange that you believe the NPP and you now vying for the youth organizer position think that in just 1.5 years Ghanaians have so much regret that they believe that the NPP should come back. Is a better alternative.
Ghanaians sold their dog when and bought a monkey. It was so much propaganda, lies, and what of you. Now, today, Ghanaians will not tell. You know, Ghanaians, we don't speak. Ghanaians don't speak. They will speak at the pools. They have tested water and then what? Probably drink. And they have realized the one that is heavier. There were issues, yes, which I admit. There were issues, but not like this. There were external challenges. Today, we don't have such challenges. And still, the incompetence.
The Strait of Hormuz, the reason why the fuel prices are hiking, isn't one external issue.
External issue? Today, external issue of such exist. Where, you know, in this country, when they mention that some kilometers away cannot affect us, we are not even talking about that, whether the fuel prices have risen or not. We are not talking about that. The reality we are talking about is our farmers, our poor farmers, our poor parents at home. They have testified to the core what governance is all about.
Right. Wakiki, let's come into the Upper East region. Over the years, the NPP within the Upper East region
I may be wrong, but it seems not to be a very attractive party. Not just for the youth, but maybe the elderly as well. In the recent election, if you look at the statistics of the NPP over the few elections, there were times you had up to 4 seats in the region. But unfortunately, as we speak now, the NPP has no single seat. And that would be a heavy burden on you as a youth organizer, because you are not only marshalling youth and increasing the number of youth interest in the NPP, but you also have a responsibility to work to ensure that the party at least gains recognition in parliament with a seat. Is this too much of a heavy task for you to do?
Let me tell you something today, and I'm giving you a promise.
Right.
We know the issues. And excuse me to say, NDC don't take Upper East voters serious.
That's a strong allegation.
Yes.
In what way?
To
How?
whom much is given, much is what? Expected. We've given all to the NDC. What else should we do as Upper East? Today, what can we count from the NDC? Even a small stretch of road that is left between the Bolaga and that of Bolaga East around the bridge, they can't complete it. The big push they mentioned, have you seen a featuring of this Upper East in it? We've given all to the NDC. They don't take us serious. Unless I have said that politics is not tradition. Politics is not idol we need to worship. Politics is you look into policies and programs. The one that can favor you, the one that comes and do things that favors everybody. Then you go and vote. But we have been voting for the NDC. And still, yet nothing that we can point from them. They were making noise in opposition that they cut the sword for the Bolga Boku Polmakon route. So now something you mean you began. And now MPP did almost 70-80% of it after cutting the sword. Why can't you complete it? You are in government. You've gotten an opportunity. You could have completed it and come and hand over to show that yes, then take credit of it. When we were telling you that they lied to us, how can you cut sword 2-3 times without even bringing a machine on the route? But they did all this. Yet, after they won power, they've abandoned it unless MPP comes to power to complete that route again. That is the reality. So now, I want to tell you how we're going to go. 2028, Upper East will get more than 4 seats in Upper East here. The reality is clear. And the reality is clear. You see, the reality is clear. There were issues, which I don't want to mention some of them.
Right.
But when you take Upper East, most of the votes we get, the strong hold we have 3 zones. We have the Western zone, the Central zone, and that of the Eastern zone. Our voting population comes from the Eastern zone. You get that? And that is where I hail from. Time passed. Navrongo was better. And now we went down and we're coming back. We will take a strategy which I will not mention it to you.
Right.
For the Eastern zone, we've started implementing several strategies to take on board some of the seats. We are planning to pick it from the NDC. Today, most of them...
You are saying 4?
Yes. I'm telling you, more than, I didn't say 4. I said more than 4 seats in 2028. Wow. You can mark it on the wall. We'll pick more than 4 seats in 2024.
Wakiki, my producer will cut this sound bite and keep. We'll remind you of it after the 2028 election.
Solidly. And I'm telling you, with Wakiki as a regional youth organizer, I will put structures in place for us to go through, mobilize the youth for victory 2028.
One of the challenges that has to do with the youth has to be with the issues of recruitment and employment.
Okay.
I just want to speak now as you still are the youth organizer and the time you were in office, the role you played in helping the youth become better off in terms of job creation and all the rest.
I have supported several youth throughout, and so many issues, challenges, but I went through.
Right.
That is all I can talk about it. And I don't need to mention names of people I have supported. People that need admissions, people that needed some recruitment. I've done it. That is the reality. I am not an MP. I am not a minister.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can do, I have done it.
Right.
And things that I'll do it much better.
Right.
When the opportunity.
So how is the campaign for the regional position going?
You know, we've started with the restructuring from the base.
Right.
And I spoke on an issue of me being a grassroots person. When you talk of a grassroots person, I've not come from afar for a higher position. I started as a police station secretary, Benaba Primary School Police Station. I became the Benaba Electoral Area Coordinator. I became a communicator till date. I have been part and parcel of the campaign team throughout. I have been a youth working committee member during those days. I've been an aide to an MP stroke Deputy Upper East Regional Minister. And today I am a constituency youth organizer and moving to the regional youth organizership position. When you come to student leadership, I have served in various forms of student leadership. I have been a NASAC president for the 5 Northern Region, the National Association of Health Students, Ghana, the 5 region. I have the Northern Region. I have been the president. I have been a president for COSAC Student Union at UDS. I have been a General Assembly Speaker. I contested for SRC president. So I have the know-how, the technical know-how to mobilize the youth, be it the intellectual wing or the grassroots. I am bringing on board a lot of expertise to handle the situation. There are some I could have wished to mention, but I will be sharing my strategy. So far, so good. The mobilization have started very well. The engagement throughout the region, have moved throughout the region. Some of the constituencies, there are people you need to listen with. There are people you need to speak to. There are people you need to lobby. There are people you need to share your vision for them to believe it, which currently we are doing. We have been moving around. I think yesterday I was somewhere around the Eastern Zone when I received a phone call that today I should come to the radio station. The reality is that it has been a serious work done that is stressful, but we're going through it gradually. And by the grace of God, the next time I appear here, I'll be the regional youth organizer of the party.
The current youth organizer, I think Salahuddin, is that his? Yes, Salahuddin. Yes. I think he's done some good job for the NPP, right?
For sure.
So, do you intend to continue his legacy, or you intend to do something completely different from wherever?
Well, I've worked. When you talk of regional youth organizer, you are an advocate for the various structures of the youth wing across the constituency. You see, you are at the central point. I have served with him. We've been in the same caucus. There are things he excelled. There are things I feel differently that we could have done it different. There are things I wish we could have brought on board. But time being, we probably will work in hand to secure those things. I'm bringing several new things on board that will actually aid us into winning elections. Exactly. The point is that I have been a home boy, always available. The reality is that a youth organizer in power is different from a youth organizer in opposition. The policies and program he outlined, probably I might not use that to succeed in opposition, which I am working on it. And those policies and programs, strategy and structure systems have been put in place to secure victory come 2028. So I will add certain things that I think will bring us power. Probably will take certain things out that I think we didn't do right. So I have a full vision of what I am bringing on board and what we did together. And this time, probably we'll do it differently, because you can't keep doing the same thing at all time and expect different results.
Right.
I'm bringing a new things on board to add up to things that I feel he did right.
You speak about vision. And for every leader going into any position, you have a vision.
Yes.
There's an outlook. If you wouldn't mind, what is your outlook for the NPP grassroots youth under your tenure, if you get the opportunity to lead?
I want to build a solid youth front that will deliver on its core mandate for election 2028. And I will, as I said, I will collaborate with the 15 constituency youth organizers across the region to introduce a vigilante that will protect the ballot boxes throughout the elections. I need to retool the constituency youth organizers across the various constituencies to be an independent wing in the various constituencies. And they know I have that capacity to do that.
If you talk about the retooling, what goes into the retooling?
The retooling,
before you add the others?
The retooling comprises of, as a youth organizer, let me tell you something. If the chairmen are listening to me, most of the work is being done by the youth organizers, the organizational structure of the party. The party in the constituency, we have administration, we have secretariat, and we have the organizational structure. Most of the party work, the grassroots work, the campaign structure is being done by the organizational, and the youth are the most populated in the whole structure. We constitute almost 65 to 70% of the total votes. So we need money. That is all. We need money. We need to lobby people. A youth organizer need to reach out to friends, girlfriends, mothers, sisters. At least youth organizer, you need to have several girlfriends that will come on board to support you in the upcoming elections. We will institute all those things, and we will bring on board. We will bring on board the student wing, which I pointed out to the fact that we will not remain, or we will not let TESCOM be only the intellectual wing of the party. We need to re-energize and rebuild TESCOM in Upper East, where we need to institute ambassadors in the various faculties, and that of
Are you saying that currently they don't have such in the structure?
Currently, we have TESCOM president who come what.
So just the normal executive.
But I am bringing on board
Right.
TESCOM ambassadors in the various faculties. As a TESCOM president, you need to constitute an ambassador in every faculty or hostel to preach about the party. One ambassador, 5 recruits. When I say 5 recruits, probably somebody is yet doubting there is a floating voter, somebody who hasn't voted, the first-time voters. You need to lobby them, to recruit them into the party. These are things I'm bringing on board. And then when you come to TESCOM, I will make sure most of the formal appointees in Upper East have to adopt every TESCOM institution. We have 15 TESCOM institutions in Upper East. We need to adopt it. And, the monthly stipends, or maybe, let's say, termly stipends, must be financed by you as a formal appointee. Right. So that we wouldn't wait to have programs before we come and solicit for funds. There should be some small funds in your coffers so that you can roll out the policies I want to bring on board. These are some of the beautiful things I want to bring newly on board.
So when is the election?
Are you okay with some of the points I've mentioned?
If you
Or
want
I
to add
can-
some more.
Oh, fine. So we are asking about the election because of the time. Election is somewhere around 8th to 9th August. So
Okay.
probably 2 months in the middle.
Mm.
So after we have already finished constituting the police station, we will finish the vetting for the electoral area, and very soon we'll go into the election to select the electoral area executives.
Okay.
After that, somewhere July, we'll put in place the constituency executive committee. After the constituency executive committee, then we'll now move to the region, and after the region, we'll go to national, and the whole structure is complete.
But it's national. Okay, so it's a presidential candidate that is being elected.
That is done. So
for the national.
you know,
And a lot of people had issues with it.
I
And,
think they didn't understand the system. You know, probably last we noticed that whenever we elect, or probably we wait to elect the structures before we go for presidential. At the end of the day, somebody will win. And I, as a youth organizer, I think I cannot work with the person, and I'll go and relax. Today, if you are going for any position, you know who the presidential candidate is, who you are going to work for. So you have no excuse. Any other person, any other executive that comes to say, I cannot work with Dr. Bawumia, need to be sanctioned. Because you know the person you are coming to work for
before contesting.
So if I know I can't work with Dr. Bawumia, why will I carry a position on my head? I will be stressing myself and the party.
Doesn't that still breaks the unity of the party? Doesn't that affect
No,
the
that
party?
is the reality. No, you know, if you are a genuine person, like you are sitting, I am the parliamentary candidate or maybe presidential candidate. You are coming to work for me for victory. If you think you cannot work with me, why will you hold on to a leadership position? You become incompetent because you will not roll out what you need to do, and it will affect you for future. So in reality, it is a good structure we've kept in place. We know who we are coming to work for. We know the person we are coming to work with. So in reality, if you think you can't work with the presidential candidate, don't stress yourself into picking executive position. Because one, you wouldn't stress only the party. It is yourself that you'll be stressed, because they will bring you logistics and you cannot execute it. Do you get that part? So we are done with the presidential candidate. We have started with the structure from bottom top approach. Then we'll get everything in place. We'll kickstart.
My guest this morning has been Wakiki. Wakiki, we just have about some 4 minutes to wrap up conversation here in studio. And so I don't know, to your listeners out there and to the entire MPP family, what would be your closing remarks to all this conversation that we've had?
My closing remarks is the grassroots is hungry for power. The grassroots is hungry for power. Ghanaians have regretted. Ghanaians want somebody with rich ideas. Ghanaians are willing and ready to bring MPP back to power. Let's stand up. Let's smoke the peace of unity. Let's gather and then agree with the system and wait for the rightful moment. 2028 is a win. Don't be discouraged. 2028 is a win. We are coming back fully on board to power because NDC are bringing a new candidate. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been in the various constituencies no less than 3-4 times. He's the most popular, the most formidable, and the most credible candidate that we have selected to win us power. Rally behind him. There is a statement that a general secretary in opposition cannot be up to a police station executive in power. Turn up and then forgive and forget whatsoever somebody has done to you. If Wakiki have committed something that hurts you, please don't take Wakiki's issue to punish the party. Let's come together as one united front and fight the battle ahead. Already, Ghanaians are calling for us, and they are ready to give us power. And this time, things will be done differently. The new dimension of the new dimension of NPP are strongly coming on board. Most of the youth will be appointed, and will see to the mandate of the grassroots, and will put it like it is before. So the reality is that the old folks are gone. We are coming on board, and I have so much trust in Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because he's a youthful candidate. He understands the youth. He speaks with us daily, and he communicates effectively as we expect. So with him, most of the youth in Upper East will be gainfully employed or appointed for the tax ahead.
Thank you very much, Akumbo Samuel Wakiki. I think the Wakiki name is what everyone knows you by across the region and the country.
Yes.
Interesting. So Wakiki has outlined his ambition to lead the Upper East region youth wing of the NPP. And so if you're listening to us, please just you've had a conversation and you make your choice. Wakiki, thank you so much, and with your team for coming in studio this morning.
I appreciate the time being.
Right. We wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Right. So we'll be back right after this break to continue discussion here in studios. Please stay.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Best. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Are you ready to shape your future with practical skills, real-world knowledge, and opportunities that open doors across Ghana and beyond? Bolgatanga Technical University invites you to apply for admissions for the next academic year. At BTU, we prepare you for the world of work through hands-on training, industry partnerships, and innovation-driven learning. Admission is open for our 4-year, 3-year, and 2-year master's programs, Bachelor of Science Technology programs, Diploma, HND, and all other program areas in Applied Science and Technology, Engineering and Built Environment, Business and Management Studies, Hospitality, Computing, and many more. Our courses include MSc Financial Engineering, MSc Crop and Animal Science, BSc Applied Science, Management Studies, Bachelor of Technology, Data Communication and Networking, Building Technology, Fashion Design and Textiles, Renewable Energy Engineering, HND Agriculture Engineering, Civil Engineering, Medical Laboratory Technology, Diploma in Marketing and Communication, Graphic Communication Design, Procurement and Logistics Management, and so many more. Whether you are a WASI graduate, an HND holder seeking to top up, a professional upgrading your career, or an international applicant, BTU has a place for you. Take advantage of our flexible study options, that is regular evening and weekend classes. We have modern laboratories, experienced lecturers, and a campus environment that encourages creativity, entrepreneurship, and academic excellence. Entry is open to both local and international applicants. We accept mature entries from applicants who are 25 years and above. WASI and TVET graduates awaiting results can also apply. Application e-vouchers are available at all regional post offices in Ghana or via the code *966*3*3096# on all networks. Also available at any branch of Zenith Bank, Consolidated Bank Ghana, Access Bank, ADB, and Republic Bank nationwide. You may also visit our cash office at the Bolgatanga Technical University, Sumbrungu campus. Visit our website www.btu.edu.gh for more information. For quick inquiries, call 0244-732186 or 0244-468273 and 020-9892-316. So what are you waiting for? Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. Bolgatanga Technical University, instilling in students the passion to excel.
This
Gulf Ghana Limited, distributors of insecticides such as Golon, which is now called Equidus, Protect, now Tautec, Mectin, now Mensa, this Paripos Plus, and this Lambda Plus kills all insects in all stages in your farm: vegetables, grains, cereals, cocoa, and coffee. They also have fertilizers like Tecamin, flour, that improves flowering, better fruit settings, increase fertility, and reduce
Welcome back. It's just exactly 4 minutes after 9 a.m. here in the studios of A1 Radio. And we want to further the conversation this morning. But before we do that, let me talk to you about something very true. Emergencies, they give signals. So when life happens, Momo Day. Borrow what you can handle from your Momo app. Pay back on time, no pressure, because when you pay back, the cycle continues and you get to do more with Momo. Responsible borrowing will be the real flex. Momo Day. Do more with Momo. Well, this morning, my guest joining us on phone is His Excellency Boniface Gambila, Ghana's former ambassador to Burkina Faso. And then the conversation this morning has to do with Ghana's international relations with South Africa and other countries which are asking Ghanaians or other foreign nationals to leave their countries. But we want to use the case of South Africa as a case study this morning. Following xenophobic attacks on some Africans, some few Ghanaians were caught up in the crossfire. As a result, the government of Ghana, following several interactions, has taken the decision to repatriate and evacuate some first 300 batch of Ghanaians who were in South Africa. This decision hasn't gone down well with some of the South Africans, even with some of the leaders of the March group who were frontiers of this attacks, saying that Ghana overly reacted. We had Malema also come out yesterday in an interview saying that the reaction of Ghana paints a rather dark image of South Africa. So we want to speak to His Excellency, who is an international relations expert and also someone who has worked outside the shores of Ghana, to take his view and opinion on this and how this affects Ghana's relationship with South Africa going forward. Honorable His Excellency, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Your Excellency. It's been a very long time.
Yeah, as usual.
So let's just go straight into the discussion. What is your take on this entire happening in South Africa before we go into the details?
Yeah. I think it's an unfortunate situation for fellow African countries to behave like that. Though we know each country has its boundaries, and these boundaries were created by the European Western world. If you remember the history of Berlin Conference in the 1800s, around 1885 or something like that, they decided to divide Africa for purposes of DRP, European peace, so that to do away with conflicts of who goes where, who doesn't go where. They decided to divide Africa, mark it out like a cutting cake. Say, France, you are for this section. Belgium, you are for this section. Whatever the divisions they did, you know it. So mainly the French, the Portuguese, and the English divided the whole of Africa and purposely for exploitation of our resources. That is just the problem that we can start from. So when you want to go to your fellow African countries, you are required to have a visa, you are required to pass through some documentation and physical checks and all those kind of things. So we have grown to have that concept of, even if you are my parents and you are coming into this country, you have to go through a certain process. But their home is not like that. You go to the Western world, it's not so. They rather prevent us from going into those countries. So that is where the problem begins. Now, South Africa is the blacks were suppressed. You remember the history of apartheid.
Mm-hmm.
Blacks couldn't go to white people's areas. Meanwhile, this white, you came to take over the lands. You didn't buy the lands. You didn't pay for anything, but they pretend. Now, fast forward. We had the opportunity for black leadership in South Africa, starting from Mandela. But I think when Mandela came, he was tuned in a way, quote unquote, not to retaliate. But looking at the ideal situation at that time would have been to say, okay, this was wherever you came from, you either go back or we register you as immigrants. That wasn't done. So they cohabited. The white became more South Africans than the blacks, had the control, all the wealth, the capitals of the country were in their hands. Now, you realize of recent, South Africa had some kind of diplomatic row with America.
Mm-hmm.
Then suddenly, these xenophobic activities or behaviors emerging. What can we read through that? Certainly, we may say that someone is choking somewhere. And for me, as usual, I'll say the Western is choking. But whatever it is, they want their interests. What about the issue, the question of we, the blacks there? Why are we listening to someone's voice and attacking fellow brothers? Then certainly they've forgotten how fellow brothers helped South Africa during the apartheid. So straight away they are ungrateful. They don't want to use their knowledge, or they are deliberately doing something. Now what I can say also is, what is the government doing? The government of the country controls the military, in fact, all the security of the country. So what is the government of South Africa doing? How do we see police, other security people standing aloof, and demonstrators are beating fellow brothers and sisters of African descent? I haven't seen them beating or driving out other racial groups.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not driving the white people to leave? Why? The white people who came to take their land all over and control them and suppress them. Why are they not driving them to move out? And rather to bring in more fellow blacks to live together. So they are being ungrateful. That's the picture I will see. And I think there's a new kind of hidden order agenda that is emerging. And we just got to be careful. And so if they say they don't want fellow Africans, fine, we will try and bring our people back home. And this gives us the lesson to learn that and I experienced it during my tenure. You see, Ghanaians enter certain countries and they don't report to their embassies, which is dangerous. And I kept singing this music, educating people. The first thing you do is to report to your country's embassy as soon as you enter any foreign country. Because you need to report, because the embassy is your country. It's your ground, your boundary that you can go for safety. You can go under any emergency. So the problem is when people enter, they say they enter illegally.
So what would be the description of illegally?
That's the point. We have carried it to say illegal. By the same white man who drew our boundaries, who has created that concept of illegal immigrant. You see, I was in America, and I went to California. We had a session, and as a group leader, I asked the Americans, I said, they are talking of immigrants, but they themselves are immigrants. So why this sudden issue? And they turned around looking at themselves. None of them could answer this question. I gave up. So we are that's why I began by saying the Western world gave us boundaries. They created artificial boundaries for us. So now when you are going to say you are illegal because you don't have this paper or you haven't done this documentation, fine, so be it. But the important point I'm raising, any Ghanaian going anywhere, first of all, just go with your passport or whatever if it is now Ghana card, go with it, go register at the embassy and be in regular touch with the embassy, the consulate of the embassy especially. They are always there to help. So in diplomacy, when something like that happens, affected countries too may say they will reciprocate.
Right.
They will retaliate. You see? You do me, I do you. 101.1. In the diplomatic arena, this is what happens. For example, you hear some countries saying that if you are driving out our brothers and sisters back home, you also have South Africans in our votes. So we also drive them out. That is normally the path other countries will take.
Yeah.
You have investments in the country. They assess it if it is to the advantage of the country. They quickly tell you, stop your investment. And I think in Ghana for now, if there are any key investments that we can block for now, we should. Who else will deal with it? We have attention to get our people safe back home. It's not all the time you have to say, oh, diplomacy means being polite, being mild, being submissive. No. There is no submissiveness where your people are suffering. You have to move. Get your people safe first. And instantly, if the action is unreasonable, you cannot swallow that. You also have to defend yourself. So if South Africans that we have helped since our first president and the presidents of Nigeria, Kenya, helped South Africa during their apartheid, then of course they are being ungrateful and they cannot pretend that they don't know because the history is there. They read, they hear. These days with the social media, you Google the history of apartheid, you know. And what they are doing means that they know. Because if they didn't know, they would not be acting against fellow blacks. Now they're acting against fellow blacks. Like I said, there's an agenda behind. Because South Africa government today, you cannot go and attack it with weapons like you are doing in Iran, and you are regretting. So now they use different methods. You can't trust these clever people.
Your Excellency, as a Pan-Africanist, which you have said severally, was there ever a vision that this would one day happen, where fellow Africans would rise up against their fellow Africans?
That is exactly what Dr. Nkrumah, our first president, wrote, the new colonialism. After colonialism, the new colonialism. And these are some of it. They come to create conflict. They assassinate your leaders. They form certain hidden groups, clandestine groups, and then say that they are fighting for human rights. When you touch these people, then they begin to say human rights. Meanwhile, human rights is naturally embedded in the African blood. But today they make it look as if it's the Western world that has brought about human rights. Because all their democracy is about elections. If you don't go for elections, then you are not democratic. That is the problem they are facing with the AES in the Sahel. So you see that they create these problems and they weaponize the people. These people that they think they are human rights fighters. So they always start with the issues of human rights and use that to blindfold the whole world. But that is not true. Because, like here again, I met a human rights group, Jeremy Tenure, and I said, at what time would you talk about human rights for the nation defending itself and for terrorists? So I ask the question. Terrorists go to attack communities, kill people. You don't see that as human rights. But as soon as the national security, military or whatever, attack terrorists, then you see that human rights is questioned, that they are killing children, they are killing communities and that. But even the children killed in the communities were armed, fighting 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, armed by the same people, the terrorists, and they come to attack citizens. Then when the national protection security goes to attack, then they begin to question that the government have, the military have attacked this and killed this. They are killing young people, they are killing children. But the children were armed to come and attack. So I ask the question, at what time do you say the military of a country has the right to attack and eliminate terrorists? And it's right. And at what time is it right, as you say, human rights, for the terrorists to kill people? You know, these questions again, no answer. You see, when you begin questioning them like that, then their eyes stand there, the yellow, and their heads are standing upright. But I didn't care. I needed to act for fairness.
Right. Your Excellency, in all this conversation, we haven't really heard the African Union put out a statement or make a bold pronouncement in line with the xenophobic attacks in South Africa on fellow blacks. Does this go to suggest that the African Union is weak and really do not champion the safety and protection of Africans?
The African Union, even to buy A4 paper and print what you are talking about, make a statement. The Western world has to sponsor it. You understand what I'm saying? Even to buy A4 paper.
That's interesting.
Even to buy A4 paper, put it in the pull out their template, change words here and there. the usual thing.
Is it not supposed to be an organization of African countries united together?
Even the Nkrumah days, which was better, it wasn't easy. That was real time those years. By this time, it's a group of what do you call it? Group of tea drinkers. You know, I say tea and coffee drinkers. I'm telling you that even A4 paper to print this statement, they will go to EU or they will go to America to ask for money to buy the A4 paper. So what do you think they can say? Can you, if it's you, can you say anything? AU. Yeah. AU has failed us.
Interested. But
the same thing with ECOWAS. That's why these Sahel countries just cut off. And they will never go back to ECOWAS. So they have formed their own bloc. And you see what is happening there. They've arrested foreign military security people with terrorists coming to attack AES countries. They've arrested them. So why? Why all that? Africa must be free, isn't it?
yes. But talking about the freedom of Africa nations begins with having our borders being opened up to each other. And your earlier submission, you said it was a scramble for Africa that made these borders, that brought about bordering and you needing a passport to travel. We have a lot of countries that are now giving visa-free to other African citizens who want to enter their countries. How does these attacks from South Africa affect this borderlessness of Africa and maybe the after condition, that's the African trade program that was initiated some years ago?
Yeah, for me, no condition is permanent anyway.
Okay.
Because I have the belief that this xenophobic thing, at least it would fine if our people move out. Fine, if we go out from South Africa, take your country, isn't it? We won't come. The normal diplomatic relations will be there. We'll be lying to each other. Oh, we are related, we are friends and all this. We'll keep on lying to each other. But what can happen is we can encourage the AES type of body forming.
Okay.
We form our groups and leave other groups. You see, if South Africa will behave that way and won't change, fine. West Africa, all things being equal, so form their group. If not, because ECOWAS too has fallen into the hands of EU, America, and France, and they are misbehaving to the kind. For every program they want to do, they will do the program proposal, send it to them for money. How do we go for ECOWAS meeting or AU meeting and it's coordinated by Western world? Why should our programs be sponsored by them? When we have gold, we have manganese, we have timber, everything that we sell out. Can't we sell to them and run our program? You see, this is the issue. Why do our leaders go and they cannot just say, look, we prepare from next year. All African countries, this is what we want you to do. The African continental market is where we sell our gold through. People should come there and we market, we bargain. This is the minimum price for gold in Africa. Period. This is the minimum price for uranium in Africa. Period. These simple agreements you can do. But you see, there are presidents who are sabotaging those countries who want to fight this fight. Even Nkrumah was sabotaged. The overthrow of Nkrumah is because of that. That's the history everybody should know. You see? So we can form our blocks. East Africa will form, but here is the case. East Africa will begin inviting President of France to come and talk about a summit. He alone will go at no cost to him. And all 50, 60, 30 presidents will move to that center and be listening to him. Why? So we must change our mentality that we need to have our sovereignty, African sovereignty, so that we all follow a path in action now. Yeah. So when other countries or zones begin to form like the AES has done, if South Africa will remain in the hands, because all they are doing at the end, they are doing all this so that the power will go into the hands of the, back to apartheid, to go into the hands of the white immigrants who came to take over South Africa. Power will go back to them, and they will now begin to squeeze them. You see? So the generation of blacks today,
We'll try to get Honorable back on the line to continue this particular conversation. But very important comments there that are being raised by His Excellency Boniface Kambila on this particular subject matter on our relation, the bilateral relation between Ghana and South Africa, especially now that it's becoming even a worry to the same South African people, the action taken by the Ghanaian government to evacuate some first batch of 300 persons. And surprisingly, among this first batch, it is reports indicate that just about 20% of them are known not to have their documentation. But we have His Excellency back on the line to continue this conversation. Your Excellency, sorry we lost you there.
Yes, I don't even know where we got lost.
we're talking about you were suggesting that maybe
we form different bodies.
We form different bodies.
And if South Africa will join, they should join.
Exactly.
If they won't join, they should stay off. Because the agenda now, as I can see, is that the clever people, want to get power back to the hands of their people who are immigrants to South Africa and now claim that they are South African. So when they get the power, then they control South Africa again in the way they want. Okay? They may not go to the extreme ends of apartheid, but they will control. You can see what is happening. Look at the Malema case. Some of the intimidations, you see. But the black South African, they are not thinking. Their brains are not helping them. They cannot pretend that they don't know the history of South Africa. Their leaders, they've written. Some of them are alive. Mbeki is alive. Zuma is alive. And Ramaphosa himself is alive. They know the genesis. And there are history books in South Africa that tells everybody, the blacks, what it is, and they talk. Verbal history is alive. So when they come with the agenda and they are listening to the agenda and acting against their fellow blacks, then they are in the shit. Excuse me to say. It will be bad business in the future.
But Your Excellency, in all this, while we may be pointing some fingers back to South Africa for the actions they took, in the heat of the event, we heard them make comments like, go back to your country, your own country, hold your government responsible to develop your countries, and you stay there. Do you think that in spite of all these brouhaha, there are some lessons that governments of these other African countries need to learn to ensure that their citizenry find their countries a safe haven for safety?
First of all, that agenda, propaganda, go back to your countries and whatnot, is nonsense. They want to divide them. They want us to stay away so that we cannot talk African sovereignty. Because of the African sovereignty. If we enter our fellow countries and relate, we share ideas, we grow, we help others to grow. because there will be more cooperation and more support and solidarity in South Africa of foreign blacks, fellow blacks and fellow black South Africans. There will be conversations, there will be solidarity. So they want to break that. Go back to your country. So you go back to your country, you are saying, how do we form, how do we get Africa, united Africa? Who says that? Who said we shouldn't go across? Who drew the boundaries for us? Did we have boundaries? We didn't have boundaries. It's they who came and created the boundaries and gave those restrictions because they want to exploit our minerals and other surface land resources. I get to my point.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they are doing. All these are the agenda. Go back to your country means what? Did you create a country yourself? So that is the issue. They are all tricks. And the fully black South Africans are eating to it.
So, in all this conversation, what advice do you have for maybe our governments?
Our government, first of all, the important thing is protecting citizens. And as we protect citizens, we also really have to dig out and find out what South African programs are here. And we should begin to review, because we can't toe the line wholly and be trapped into another disintegration. Because remember that all this is to disintegrate other black countries. So we have to be careful. So as they are doing this, in their country, they have links outside here. There are people who are here. We should get to know them properly. We should know the investments that are here. Investments that are inimical to Ghana, we should send them back. We should block them off. And if there are any serious investors, we should suspend them for now and find time to deal with the protection of our citizens first. Because we don't know the next agenda they have. If we leave their people, their investors and investments to be flowing free in our country, we must show that we're also men. It's not, it's a way of also standing up. You suspend South Africa everything and watch them to finish. Then we now go back to the diplomatic talks. That's what I can tell my government.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Right. So on the phone, we had His Excellency Boniface Gambila, former ambassador to Burkina Faso from Ghana, speaking to us on Ghana's international relation with bilateral relation with South Africa. His advice is that, look, if we have some South African businesses operating in Ghana, let's consider reviewing their operations in Ghana, and if the South Africans want to toe this line, we may not attack them, but we just want to review their operations and investments here in Ghana, and then we'll know. We'll be back to further this conversation here in the studio of A1 Radio. Just stay tuned.
Awa unyenyo makotompo onfo biri biarampo na sumenyi bo wodopia na makumecha no e chere me de awunyi makuma na konozina awa unza piankwan na so mu dunti meti. Insurance pio no prenta. Damara na wa won wa me o. I reckon you nyimpa nti domina me do bia. Enso da wona ko wuchiramo. Awa wo benye mi ja. Ofri ni obia ya manu. Oh yeah. Yeah. Obere ma benye mi ja. No free. Oba sima. And I tell you, said me to talk right in me, I will grow my hammy, cream my son. Our way. Maria Bessie, you know, Nama Warren. Making ya sing, baby, around. When she hope you're to the Warren Poda. Ain't it sweet teacher, I would do. Na menyo enije papi. Enati mo besi. Awara na menyo bako. Ah. Inti sugar trewudo. Mayampa odom. Hey, insurance pepio no prenta. Damara na wa mo me. I reckon you nyimpa into dom na mendo bia. Inso down na ko wuchiramo. Awa wo benye mi ja. No free del bia ya manu. So bury my benye mi ja. No free oba sima like you know that. Yeah, really. Show your love, baby. Yeah. Oh, then you mako jumbo. Onfo biri biarempo. Irabe, meyi bo wodopia. Na makumecha no round about. Each me there. Oh, when you make grandma come not enough. I won't tap them for no. After woman don't see meeting. Ain't nothing Robesi. I want run a menu bubble. Sugar baby, Sherwood on my young or don't boom. Show your love, baby. Ain't nothing Robesi. I want a menu bubble. Baby, Missy baby, Sherwood I am or don't boom. Ain't in a messy, show your love, oh baby.
Well, show some love.
Insurance pio no prenta. Well,
this is from Papa Youngson. Hey, so SA, show some love. Ghana, show some love. Everyone try, show some love. Happy birthday to you, Mabel Abada. Mabel Abada, you're a student at Navrungo. We want to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bury my baby, no, oh,
You know, we are in a world that demands more from you every single day. Your smartphone shouldn't be a thing holding you back. You need a device that matches your pace, protects your movement, and performs without compromise. The Tecno Spark 50 was built with this exactly in mind. It has a huge power capacity of 6,700 mAh, delivering enduring performance through the longest and most demanding days. Paired with 18-watt fast charging, you spend less time waiting and more time moving. Performance is seamless with an extendable RAM of up to 12 gigabytes, and the durability is uncompromised with that's IP64, being dust and water resistance and surviving falls from up to 1.8 meters. Communication is taken to a new level with AI-powered noise cancellation during calls, whether you are in a crowded market, a busy office, or a loud street. The Spark 50 intelligently filters out background noise so your voice is transmitted with exceptional clarity. Important conversations stay professional. Personal calls stay intimate regardless of where you are. FreeLink 2.0 keeps you connected within 1.5 kilometers without Wi-Fi or data. You can still call, text, and send images for free. And with the inbuilt infrared remote, you are in control of your home appliances right in your hand. Available in 5 refined color options, the Tecno Spark 50 sets a new standard in intelligent, powerful, and durable smartphones. Visit any Tecno store or authorized dealer today and get yourself one Spark 50. Kalala sells say go get one. So if they go, I go follow and go see if I also if you go get one. But you know, that is why you don't need to queue for anything in Ghana. But you know how interesting it is when you are queuing at your favorite watch joint. Yes, queuing for watch there, we can all accept it and all stress and go ask Charlie, but who be the last person for here? Queuing for trotro, we can also accept. We adjust, we survive. In fact, if queuing was an Olympic sport, Ghana would have won gold by now. But there's one thing that is unacceptable, and that is queuing to swap your SIM card. MTN SIM card. So from today, you can swap your MTN SIM card yourself within minutes with the My MTN app, or you dial *1333# to get this done as soon as possible. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go with MTN. Well, Filisco San Ghana Limited is your reliable partner in freight forwarding, total logistics, and commodity supply. Since 2012, they have been helping businesses ship goods from Ghana to the world and from anywhere in the world back to Ghana, with operations across China, Europe, Asia, India, and Africa, plus a strong fleet of trucks and trailers. Your containers move fast, safe, and reliable. For your timber, cashew nuts, yellow corn, granite, shipping, and logistics, make Filisco San Ghana Limited your plug. You can call 0248-238-541 or 0262-123-553, or you visit their website at www.filiscosan.com, or you send an email to Filisco San Ghana Limited at gmail.com. Filisco San Ghana Limited, delivering beyond the borders and of Ghana with unlimited speed.
Na asu menyi bo wudu pie. Na makume cha no. Iyi chere mi de. Onyi makuma na kono zina. Awawu nza piankwan. Na so mu dunti meti. Insurance pio no prenta. Damara na wa mo fi wa premio. I reckon you pa nti dominam do bia. En so da wona kwa wuchiramo. Awa wo benye mi ja. Ofre ni obia ya manu. Oh yeah. Obere ma benye mi ja. No free. Oba sima. I tell you, said me to talk right in me, I will grow my having him my son. Our way. Maria Bessie, you know, Nama Warren. Making ya simu bibiara. When she opened that all warren put
8-1 great.
Ain't it sweet teacher I would go. Na menyo enije papi. And that's more besi. Awara na menyo bako. Ain't it sugar trap.
And as a Morobesi Besi, today what can come. What can happen. Today is Friday. I don't know how you're spending your Friday. But I know today work closes for a lot of us. For us to have a good weekend. But Charlie, the weekend it used to be for relaxing, but like as we grow, the weekend then change the pattern, so the relaxation is taken out from the weekend. Now the weekend seem to be more busier than any of the days in the week. But hey, as you go through the weekend, just also make time to relax yourself, because it's been a tiring 5 days of work. You just need this weekend to prepare. You have to go for some funerals, you need to go for some weddings, you need to go for some outdoorings. You also need to prepare yourself for Sunday church service. And Charlie, this weekend, no, sometimes it no be rest like that. But how we go do we go rest. You see how the weekend can do. You need to show some love to your family. You just need to get them some pizza man, chicken man. Yes, and that is why, let me tell you that they've introduced something exciting, and you just need to get it for your friends this weekend. You need to share it with your family this week. You need to just go out this weekend and sit out at Chicken Man, Pizza Man, because they have something new. It's more chicken, it's more taste, and it's more sauce on one pizza. Introducing the double chicken barbecue pizza made with chicken breast, chicken crunch, and barbecue sauce, which is available at all Pizza Man chicken branches across the country. And the price is dear, Charlie. You listen. The small pack goes for 100 Ghana cedis. The medium goes for 135 Ghana cedis. The large goes for 170 Ghana cedis, while the double goes for 248 Ghana cedis. Just walk into any Pizza Man Chicken Man branch today, or you can call 030-275-3430, or you download the Chris B app and place your order today. Pizza Man, Chicken Man, good food lives here.
See, baby, Ain't in a messy, show your love, oh baby. Although you don't gypsy go.
Well, I encourage you to step into a world of hassle-free banking with the new CBG mobile app. The new CBG mobile banking app has been designed to make your banking experience convenient everywhere and every time. Download the new CBG mobile app from Google Play Store or the iOS App Store and experience the ease of managing your finances and on a secured, smart, and user-friendly digital platform. Receive real-time alerts. To stay informed about your account activity. Join the digital revolution and elevate your banking experience with the new CBG mobile app. For further inquiries, contact 0302-216-000 or you send an email to talk to us at cbg.com, or you visit any of their branches and their social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X for more information. Remember, terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. Now, just imagine walking into a home where nobody ever pauses what they are doing online. The girls are streaming the latest Netflix series. This special playlist is rolling. Daddy is on his usual team video calls. Uploads are uploading, downloads are downloading, and not a single person says my data is finished. That's the power MTN Fiber gives you. Unlimited internet for endless streaming, endless connection, endless everything for your home. Now you get to enjoy a special range of unlimited fiber internet packages, whether you are a new or existing customer. Just log into the my MTN app now and tap broadband, or you dial *5057# to get your preferred unlimited MTN fiber package. MTN, everywhere you go. And also, the attention of the Bank of Ghana has been drawn to the growing and unfortunate trend of some members of the public, including traders, transport operators, and small business owners, refusing to accept the 20 pesos, 10 pesos, and 5 pesos coin in commercial transactions. The bank wishes to state emphatically that the above-mentioned coins, that is 20, 10, and 5 pesos coins, remain valid legal tenders and must be used and accepted for all financial transactions. It is an offense to refuse a valid currency issued by the Bank of Ghana. All currencies and businesses are legally obligated to accept these coins for the settlement of debts and payment for goods. Under Section 4 and 5 of the Currency Act of 1964, Act 242, anyone who refuses to accept Ghanaian currency or cedis, whether coins or notes, can face a fine or up to 3 years in prison. The Bank of Ghana encourages the general public to continue using the 20, 10, and 5 pesos coins. Let us protect the value of our national currency. For further information and complaints, please contact the Bank of Ghana Complaints Office at by calling 059 3974486, or you send a WhatsApp message to the same number 05939744486, or you send an email to complaints.office at bog.gov.gh. You can locate the Bank of Ghana at the Financial Stability Department, 4th floor, Urban Block, the Bank Square, Bank of Ghana in Accra. And that is how we do it this morning on Daybreak Upper East. I am Gerard Asagi. Thank you so much for staying with me from the early morning, even up to now. I believe your day has started off well, and you're going to have a pleasant day today at work and wherever you are. Keep your dials locked on 101.1 megahertz. Up next will be Work and Happiness with Bra Kalala. But content for this morning was put together by Moses Abba-Apia with technical support from Kofi Ametepe and Emmanuel Abwaje. Visual support was from Joseph Iyaro. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll meet ourselves same time next week.